Read the 15th chapter of Luke, and in reading that chapter, you'll read about 3 of the stories that Jesus told. And they were all about things that were lost and found. The first thing that was lost and found is the sheep. The second one was the coin, and the third one was the son. Now, the setup for this story is kind of unique in that Jesus was saying to his listeners, I want to give you an opportunity to feel like God feels. I want to allow you to experience the feelings that God has. Not the feelings about how does it feel to know everything, or how does it feel to be all powerful, or how does it feel to be able to be everywhere at once, but how does it feel to be God and to have the people that you made and the people that you love not do your will. That's what he's talking about here. Now, the numbers are kind of different. In the case of the sheep, it was 1 in 100. In the case of the coin, it was 1 in 10. And in the case of the son, it was 1 in 2. And it doesn't matter what the number or what the odds are. When one is lost out of whatever number, God always wants them back. He always wants us back. In spite of the odds, God wants us back. Now let's look at the 3 things for a moment. The sheep. The sheep wandered away. And often that's what we do. We wander away. Just because a sheep didn't know any better. The sheep wasn't smart enough to do any better. That's just the way sheep are. That's just the character of sheep, and that is our character often. We have a tendency to just wander through life, and just like with the sheep in this story, it can get us into trouble. Now, the coin, however, was very different. It was lost by the carelessness of another person. And I think that is interesting in that Jesus would tell a story that would say, hey, sometimes people aren't careful. Sometimes people say things, do things that hurt other people, something that's not considering how important people are. And as a result of that, other people are hurt and lost. Now, I know it makes no sense for people to get away from God because of what other people do, but let's face it, it happens and they do it. And finally, the son chose to leave. He knew what he was doing. He had asked for his inheritance. He purposely decided to walk away from his father. And notice that God did something very different here. He didn't go out looking for the son. He knew that the son had to choose. So what did the father do? He waited. We're not animals like the sheep. We're not things like the coin. And in our case, choice is important. God has chosen to only own the part of our life that you and I are willing to give to Him. God bless you, my friend.